Welcome back to Perpetual Cash Flow. I'm your host, Brad Bennett. What I want to talk about today is building your cash flow structure. A lot of times when we start talking about building a cash flow structure, the first thing that comes into people's minds is I'm going on a financial diet. That couldn't be further from the truth. We're not going to sit down, pick apart all of your spending, and start talking about, well, you shouldn't spend money here, shouldn't spend money there. I don't care. It's your choice. This is your financial structure. What we are going to be doing is looking at a baseline spending. How much does it take in order to maintain your lifestyle on a monthly basis? As we go through and begin to identify where money is moving and how it is being spent, you are able to sit and see, oftentimes for the first time, how much is really being spent in all of these different areas. You begin to see all of the unconscious spending that happens each month. And it's from there, clients begin to make some choices. I don't influence those choices. You do. You look at some of the things that may be a greater expense than what you thought they were, and you get to decide, is this really that important to me? Is this something that I have to have or that I truly enjoy or that I use on a daily basis? If so, great, keep doing it. If not, you may want to make some changes to it. An example of that is one of the clients that I started working with. We were going through her baseline spending, and we get to one of the line items, and really it was something that she brought up, and she says, here is something that drives my husband absolutely crazy. I said, okay, what's that? She goes, my protein shakes. I love protein shakes. I drink them every single day, and I'm not going to give them up. Great, don't. How much do you spend on protein shakes? She says, well, I don't know. Okay, let's look. Each day, how many shakes are you drinking? She tells me how many she's drinking. Well, how much does that cost? She goes, well, it's $25 a day. Okay, we took 25 times 30 because there's 30 days in the month, and it comes up $750. This is when her jaw hit the ground. She had no idea she was spending $9,000 a year on crappy protein shakes. It wasn't even the good high quality stuff. They were the tasty fruity ones that had a lot of sugar and all of these other things in it, but she enjoyed them. My question was, is it worth $9,000 a year to keep drinking these shakes? Her answer was, how about I do 2 a week? Well, 2 a week, that frees up thousands and thousands of dollars every single year. I didn't make the choice. She made the choice. She looked at what was important to her in her world and where did she want that greater abundance. We go through these sorts of things each time we set up the baseline spending so that you, the client, begins to see and understand, how is money flowing through my world? Now, once you understand where money is flowing through your world, we have a good starting point. From there, we structure it so that we have X number of dollars to fit your lifestyle, your wants and needs inside of your monthly cash flow. Then, if we need to make some adjustments on a monthly basis, we make those adjustments so that you begin to refine how money is flowing. You begin to spend money on the things that are most important to you and your family, instead of at the end of the month wondering, wow, where's the extra $500? Where did this go? Where did that go? But you have an awareness. It becomes conscious. And that's really the key and the purpose of creating a cash flow structure, is so that you are architecting an intentional structure that money moves through, and you are acting and spending with intention to bring greater abundance and importance in those things in your world, capturing the excess to be able to build and acquire cash flow engines that will ultimately take pressure off of the paycheck and speed the process up, where you're able to create cash flow momentum. One of the single biggest things that is keeping American families from achieving the financial freedom that they are looking for is simply their cash flow structure. We are never taught how money flows, how money works. The default structure that we are given, the first day of work, you sit down with HR and they ask you, what checking account would you like your paycheck directly deposited into? Well, the problem with sending it directly into a checking account is it's a spending account. We see money, we spend it. It's like my seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. There have been many a times that my wife has said to me, wow, are you still hungry? No, I'm not hungry, but there's food in front of me, so I'm going to eat it. Our cash flow structure is the exact same way. If we see excess in the checking account as we're moving through the month and we know we've taken care of the things that are important, we're going to spend it. That's how we're programmed. That's how the cash flow structure is set up. It's to spend it. The more that they are able to keep us on that structure, the more they control your finances. We unintentionally put excess gravitational pull on every dollar that comes into our world because of a spend first cash flow structure. When we make the shift in architecting your cash flow, we start off by creating a cash flow reservoir. This cash flow reservoir is just like a lake, man-made lake. The purpose of that dam is to capture the excess and then send it downstream sometime in the future when it's most important and we're able to utilize it to its most valuable extent instead of just letting everything flush through right when it hits. As a result, in creating that cash flow structure, you become intentional with what you spend, how you spend, where, and you capture the excess. It's the excess now that you're able to put to work for you. You have moved your financial freedom to the top of the food chain because you've structured it to where the cash flow or the paycheck, the inflow, the new money goes into the reservoir first. It's captured, and then we tell the reservoir how much to send to the checking account. Now you're in control. You have taken the first step to accomplishing your financial freedom. In one of the next episodes, I'm going to walk through visually and draw it out so that you're able to see how the cash flow reservoir functions and how that architecture is different from the default structure that we have been given.